Sema, nothing called Gen Z. They are totally influenced by their parents and regions. I want to say, Kikuyu Gen Z behaves like Wamunyoro. What else do you want? Only those few in city, born city, are now Gen Z constant. Okay. Kuna Leshinka Musanka, anasema employees are shedding tears, pay slips congested. So huyo ni wawale ambao na believe it's not headed in the right direction. Kuna Hari Ngogi, anasema as long as we have 100 billionaires and 50 plus million Kenyans fighting for their lives, only the fools can answer this. Hey Henry, kuna Sali Kubasu, anasema going wrong direction, 3-word answer. Kuna Saitoti Generali, anasema kama wrong direction ni akina Talanta Stadium, Kasarani na akina Rironi, Mau Summit Road, na akina Modogashe Samatal Road, na akina Galana Kulalu. Huyo ana believe in a head in the right direction. Kuna James Miriti Assam, wanasema yes, if the right direction means collapsing and failed states. All right. Some amount of satire right there. And we have Jackie Muso, anasema wapi, hata pesa ya nyota walikula. Okay. Kuna Dan wa Charles, anasema mabajenzia wapigi kura. Hao ni waandamanaji, uliza wapiga kura. I think nitaanzia tu hapo mahali Dan wa Charles ametuweka. And allow me to introduce wale ambao tutakuwa nao hii side, starting from Maurice. Kuna Dan wa Charles hapo anasema majenzi kwanza ampigi kura, nyinyi ni waandamanaji tu. Tuanzie hapo. Wewe ni mwandamanaji ama uko na kura?
Yeah, thank you very much Mr. Kadina. Ningependa kumjibu swali yake. Anatuambia wengi sisi ni waandamanaji, si ni kweli? Na purposely mimi mwenyewe niko na kura. I'm a former abductee. I'm also I've faced the other side of the Kenya Kwanza government. Na yeye anaongea akiwa kwa blanketi. You understand? At the comfort of his house. And to me, he's just a keyboard warrior, of which pia tunamkubali. But most of us Gen Zs are busy organizing movements. We are busy kuingia ground, kuelimisha mpaka wazee, kuchukua kura. Tumemaliza our fellow Gen Zs wametoka shule. Tunasisitiza sana wachukue ID. Come 2027. I wish Mali amechukua hiyo statement. I wish I pin. He will refer back to what he said today. I believe most of us are doing kazi kwa ground. At the same time, we have our X spaces, we have Instagram, we have TikTok. We are mobilizing. Na tunasema ukiona uko jikoni na jiko inatoa moshi, hata ukitoka shule saa 7 ulikuwaga ukifika nyumbani unaona pale jikoni moshi inatoka, you know there is something being prepared. So most of us are very much prepared. We are at 70%. It's only 30% na ni ya kupapasa hapa, then we call it a day.
All right, so unasema mpaka 2027 ndio wataona.
Wanaongea sana by election. Tuliacha wazee wajifreshe miaka 2. Nataka kuwa wazee na pressure. Watulie, wamalize hii term 2 miaka 2, then come 2027, this is a revolution.
All right.
They will not believe it. Hii ya kwanza ilikuwa kionjo.
Sawa. We'll be coming back to you. Shikilie your mic bado. Moses, allow me to engage you and ask, do you hold the same stance that Gen Z ni kelele tu, hawana kura?
Well, you know, I'm a data scientist, but before we go on, I'm Moses Ayecho. I'm a business consultant and a youth leader. Gen Zs have not been motivated to register as voters. To that extent, it is true. It is just an hype that is there to divert attention. Yes.
Let me ask, when you say they've not been motivated, how would motivation look like for them to register?
Because practically, even if they were to register, who is this candidate that will defeat President William Ruto?
Hold the mic so we can hear.
Even if they were to register, who is this formidable presidential candidate who is youth that will defeat President William Ruto? There is none, and they're afraid. So there's nobody to motivate them to come out like Traore did in Burkina Faso. Yes.
All right. So you still believe that the government has, to a large extent, an advantage over the non-motivated Gen Zs?
Yes, because our politics has never moved beyond ethnicity, or it may move maybe for the first time in 2027. Neither has it ever even embraced gender equity. That may, let me maybe, I'm not President William Ruto, but I see the first female deputy president we will have in 2027, and is likely to come from the mountain.
All right. Interesting insights right there from Data Man Moses. So now naambiwa Amwai kwa ground. Ako tayari na watu. Amwai, if you can hear me, tuambie watu kwa ground wanasemaje about the topic and the conversation that we're having this evening. Amwai? Usukani kwako?
All right, so Kagina, of course, we are live here on the streets of Nairobi. Our conversation tonight, of course, has to do with the youngest generation in this particular country, people that have been on the streets, championing for change in different aspects. All they wanted was good governance. It was from 2024. Now we are in 2025. But along the way, something seemed to have changed. The conversation seemed to have changed from the clamor for, a better country, looking for issues to do with abductions, good governance. Now people are talking about a different conversation. Some of them are not even engaged in these particular conversations that we're talking about as a nation. So right now, here on the streets, what we just want to find out is exactly what really happened along the way. Now, of course, kuna vijana hapa ambao tutakuwa tunabonga nao to just try and understand their mindset behind, some of the things that they champion for, and yet at this particular moment, nothing seems to be happening. Nataka nianze na wewe, jina lako ni nani kwanza tuanze nayo?
Mimi kwa majina yangu ni John Busakawere. Mimi ni mnaishi hapa Nairobi.
So John, nataka tu understand hivi. Tulikuwa kwa streets 24, tumekuwa kwa streets 2025. Tulikuwa tuna champion for so many things kama vijana. Saizi hiyo conversation ni kama imeenda, sijui tuseme imezikwa ama nini imehappen.
Hiyo conversation kwanza ilikuwa conversation nzuri, cause hiyo conversation imefanya wanasiasa wamejaribu kurudi kwa njia yao, cause walikuwa wanaona wanarika wanawapea pressure, so imebidi wamejaribu kurudi kwa njia yenye inafaa kuwa wanapeleka wanarika. Tupelekane nao vibaya sasa sana kama 20 hapo nyuma 2024 hapo
So wewe unaona ni kama mmeachieve agenda zenu?
Bado hatujazi achieve, but wameanza kutusikiza kidogo, but hatujaachieve bado. But wameanza kutusikiza.
Okay, so tutafanya nini ndio tuachieve hizi agenda, because hii conversation ni kama inaenda chini. Wewe unasema bado wanasiasa wanasikiza, but kuna watu wana feeling kama by the way vijana wamepotea.
Iko hivyo. So kitu iko ni vijana tu wajiunge wakuwe pamoja. Cause vijana wakiamua ndio wanaweza badilisha hii nchi. Hao ndio walieka, hao watu wanasema ni wabaya, tena hao ndio walieka watu wazuri. Wakiamua wakikaa tu chini wafikirie vizuri, vijana tu ndio wanaweza badilisha nchi wenyewe. Hatuwezi ngoja mtu mwingine atoke huko, sisi ndio tulimweka kwa kiti. Hatuwezi taka abadilishe nchi na sisi wenyewe tunaenda hivi na yeye atuelewani. Mpaka tu turudi ground tuelewane, ndio tujue vile tunamfikia, tuongee na yeye. Kaa si wa kusikia, tujue vile tunafanya.
Okay, narudi kwako. Acha nikuje kwako. Wewe ulikuwa kwa streets last year?
Nimekuwa street kutoka kitambo, hata acha last year, but I've been there. Last year nimekuwa hapo. Hii mwaka bado niko na bado nitakuwa street.
Ukisema utakuwa streets, una look up to kukuwa na maandamano mengine in future ama?
Maandamano, okay, hatuwezi sema maandamano, despite that maandamano imekuwa na kitu yenye iko. Gen Z tumekam juu obvious, Gen Z tuna push for ile change, na change ya Gen Z inabidi tumeenda kwa ground wenyewe. But sasa nimeona at least kuna changes, tukiona hata government pia inaangalia Gen Z, inatuconsider, lakini bado hatujafika pale. Nimeangalia juzi, nimeona news anaitwaje the former president Uhuru Kenyatta alisema youth it's high time tuamke tuanze tuseme ni today. Tunashindianga kusema we are the leaders of tomorrow. Hiyo tomorrow itawahi fika, it's either today or never.
Una feel momentum tulikuwa nayo last year na momentum tulikuwa nayo at the beginning of this year bado iko mpaka saizi?
Momentum tulikuwa nayo last year tulikuwa mbele, lakini saizi siwezi sema momentum bado ndio tuko nayo. Juu last year tulikuwa tunasema we need this, na tunaamka kama vijana tunakuwa pamoja. Sasa unajua tumekuja tuite kuentaisiwa ama kufanyiwaje. So unapata youth wakikuja wamechukua section fulani ya maboys ama ya vijana, waambie tunafanya hivi, tunapanga hivi. So unajua wale watakuwa sasa ndo wanawasimamia. Wakikuja wanasema government imefanya hivi, ama wase ametufanya hivi, ama mkubwa amefanya hivi, so we need to do this. But okay, despite that kuna wale group inaangaliwa, kuna wale bado wako chini. Sasa wale kuna voice ya wale wenye wako chini bado haijasikika kabisa. Yeah.
Ukisema ma youth wamekuwa enticed na gava, unamaanisha nini?
Youth wako enticed na gava ni tuseme, juzi umeona huyu msichana amekuwa sijui amevunja rekodi ya how many, huyu msichana sijui
72 hours.
Yeah. Huyo msichana sasa hivi nimeona amepewa sponsorship, sijui ni nimeona amepewa hizo, unaona anapewa kuna vitu anapewa like privileges unapata. So ni kitu kama hiyo. So ukiona iko hivyo, huyo politician mwenye amefanya hivyo ama mwenye atafanya hivyo, utakuja amekuja kwa ground amesema simeona tumefanya hivi, we are doing this and we'll be doing this for more. So hizo ndo vitu zenye wanatumia unapata. Yeah.
Unaweza sema moving forward mayouth wanafaa wafanye nini especially kwa hiyo aspect ya kukua enticed, because kuna time walikuwa nasema kampeni, watu wakikuwa kwa campaign ama politician akikuja area yako anasema mnachukua do alafu lakini ikienda ku make change kwa ballot mna make a different choice, ampigi kura.
Hiyo ni kawaida, hata wanasemanga kula kwa mwingine kura kwa huyu. So hivyo ndo iko, ndo itabaki hivyo. It's Kenya na tutabaki hivyo. So kitu yenye iko government tuangalie watu wenye wako juu, wale wenye tunaangalia pale juu watuangalie pia, waangalie jana ni nini wanaweza fanya. Acha tuko innovative, tuangalie vitu zenye kama kuna, si lazima tuende tuandike kwa ofisi. Okay, wase wamesoma wengi sana, hata graduations zinaendelea. Hizo ni thousands of graduates wanaendelea ku graduate na hakuna kazi. Unapata ina certain tuseme ni job. Unapata maybe kuna wanataka vacancy ya watu wawili hao wakitoa hiyo release ya watu apply, watu tuko more than 500 hata okay, let's say acha tuongelee tu watu kama 20 wata apply for the same position. So vitu zetu tunafaa tuangalie, government iangalie the simplest things, kitu yenye inaweza weka at least ku reduce hii gap. Okay, uwezi employee hao, hatuwezi amka wote tukuje street, government ituambie itatuwapea kazi sisi wote. Okay, ujuale kidogo wanapewa ndo wanasema so unaona tunapeana kazi. Hivi tu kama hizo. So waangalie kitu wanaweza tufanyia. Waangalie kama sisi ni graphers actually. We are graphers, hata sasa ndo tumebeba hii ni magwanda zetu za kazi huko bando tumefunga kazi. Inaangalia sasa nyinyi kama graphers mnafaa mpango yaje. Kwa hii street acha sisi tupigie hapa picha. Mnatupea humble time. Msitena msitusukume juu unapata the same. Wale kanjo unapata mmekuja mmevurugana ni nini, siku nyingine ni mzuri, siku nyingine ni mbaya. So vitu kama hizo ndio tunafaa angalie. Kama sisi hatujaandikwa, we are self employed but we are getting at least something, Sasa hiyo ndo wanafaa natuweka. Wanasema at least hii kazi nyinyi mko hapa na mmelindwa, nyinyi mmewekwa, mko sawa. Pigeni hapa shughuli yenu safi, bora msikuwe na violence, msilete shida yote town, tuta appreciate bro. Appreciate. Na hivyo ndo tunaomba government itusaidie tu.
Si usionga hapa kijana hapa karibu na. Okay, wacha nikuja kwako. Sikia, nimeuliza hiyo swali same. Watu walikuwa street last year, wewe ulikuwa street?
Nilikuwa last year street. The other year nilikuwa street, this year nimekuwa street. Bado tutakuwa tu street, good willing. Okay. Yeah.
Ni nini hii ukisema tukikuwa street bado tunaenda kufightia, because according to vile watu wanaangalia vitu saizi ni kama most of the things that tulikuwa tuna champion for ni kama zilisaulika. Wewe ni nini ukisema saizi by the way sioni kama tumefika mali tulikuwa tunataka kufika?
Ni vitu mingi tulikuwa tunafightia actually. Tulikuja street like tulikuwa tunataka at least by then hatukuwa na hiyo freedom ya expression, na ungejibonga wenye walikuwa wanajibonga, umesikia story zao, ile happen. Sasa ile fanya pia watu wengine wakaogopa kukuja street nini, like wasiwezi kuja express, unacheke. Sasa mimi side yangu kitu naweza sema ni gavapi tuangalie sisi youth. Sote tujasoma, kuna wengine tumesoma. Makazi hakuna. Actually sisi tumefight. Kama sasa graphers tumebuy camera, tumeenda street at least. Sakaja alitupatia hiyo nini, hiyo night tunashukuru. Juu before hii tulikuwa tunasumbuliwa hapo street.
Hapo street. Unaona anaunda street sasa hata ukipiga picha at least mtu anaona at least amina city now. Unaona? Yeah, sasa inaonekana kaa city, si kaa hapo nyuma.
So usema hapo nyuma ilikuwa mbaya.
Kama si kelele zetu hatungekuwa tumefika hapo, lakini sakaja wamefanya kazi nzuri. Si tunakushukuru na uendelee, tunataka more, ndio next time pia ukikuja kusimama tutakuwa tunajua huyu alituona tukiwa tumesimama shughuli yetu akatutengenezea mali petu tunakulia. Mbona tukatae kumrudisha huko?
At least atakuwa na starting point place ya kusema vijana simuona nimewapea hii, pia sisi tutasema hapo naye tumeshukuru, tumeona place umetufanyia. Poa.
Actually before Sakaja kuja hapo tulikuwa graphers tulikuwa nafanya kazi weekend, Saturday na Sunday peke yake. Weekdays graphers ungepatikana tao, but vile alikuja kwa kiti at least atupatie hiyo chance, at least from Monday to Sunday unaweza kuja utafuta. Actually hiyo tulikuwa Saturday na Sunday, ungepata labda Saturday imekuwa mzuri, ile nyingine itakuwa mbaya, hiyo Sunday nyingine itakuwa mbaya, na hiyo ndio umetegemea peke yake kwa wiki, unacheki.
Okay. Nataka niulize swali lingine hapa. Leo kumekuwa na survey imefanywa na ilikuwa poll ilifanywa na TIFA na walikuwa wanaangalia the state of the nation na mali tunaelekea as a country. Nyinyi kama graphers hapa na my youth, mkiulizwa saizi the direction of this country, ni wapi tunaelekea? Mnaweza sema tunaelekea wapi? Are we headed in the right direction or the wrong direction?
Okay, mimi vile naona mimi naona like si ati tunaenda on wrong direction. Vile sasa nchi imeanza kupelekwa, wameanza kuirudisha vile ilikuwa inafaa, but hapo nyuma kuna mahali tulikuwa tunaenda kupiga kona kidogo, but sasa at least tunaona kuna mahali tunaelekea.
Nini unaangalia unasema by the way tunaelekea mahali place poa?
Okay, actually there are a lot of things cause kama mimi mwenyewe najipanga kwa vitu mingi kama tu vile wamesema hapa hizi stories zetu za maggraphing.
Sasa hiyo ni wewe ama ni serikali?
So hiyo ni mimi cause
then si serikali inasema inafanya wewe una feel ama
no, serikali iko hapo ndani cause cause kama sio serikali kukua hapo ndani pia mimi wacha niseme singekuwa hapa cause umesikia hapo nyuma walikuwa wanasema aje huko unafaa kupatikana tao, but sasa unaona sasa serikali imejaribu kuchange. Sasa at least unakuja tao siku unataka unapiga shughuli yako, hakuna mtu anakuuliza, si kaa hapo nyuma. So unaona sasa at least tunaenda, wanaangalia pia sisi vijana wanajua watu wengi wamesoma na wana kazi, so at least akaja akaonaje kuliko niache vijana tu waende hivyo, acha wakuja hapa kwa siwezi waandika wote kazi, na hiyo ndio kitu hatuwezi ngoja tuandike wote kazi.
Self employment umesema very important, lazima gavai support vijana, especially with the issue to do with self employment. Of course tuna expect that a lot is going to happen in that particular field. Let me come to you again. Direction in a country in a tech size 68% wanasema the country is headed in the wrong direction. Wewe unasema
ina depend. Okay, the truth is hatuwezi sema we are heading venye best yangu amesema hapo, hatuwezi sema we are heading to the wrong direction ama juu unajua sasa tunaelekea time ya election, kura very soon tutakuwa na kura 2027. Sasa mtu anaweza kuwa tunaentaisiwa. Actually tumeangalia tukitumia example ya CBD yetu hapa Nairobi, there's a lot of change. Hata ukiangalia ukifika huko there's a lot of construction, wana renovate things are being renovated there. At least tunakatwa kwa streets of Nairobi, na tunathank mwenye anashughulika nayo na which our governor
ni sawa tumesikia amefanya kazi sawa.
But the economy mimi naweza sema inaenda right direction kama ni hivyo venye tunaona saa hii juu actually normally judge na kitu tunaona. So mimi side yangu mimi naweza sema tunaelekea kuwa fiti na tuendelee hivyo. Shukran.
So kulikuwa na time watu walikuwa wanasema one term, sasa hizi watu wanasema
sasa ni two term, nasikia hivyo lakini two term wala juu nasikia lakini just a game, acha tukubali ni two term juu ya vitu tunaona.
Wewe unakubali na hiyo narrative ya two term?
Side yangu mimi nasema two term. But bado mimi huyo mmoja nilikuwa wa one term. But tukiona vitu zinaendelea, that's why nimesema from the start, nimesema hoping zitaendelea hivyo venye tunaona saa hii. Isikuwa ati maybe iko hivi juu ya hii ni mkurangu anataka, but kama ni hivyo inaendelea two term.
Basi wewe umesema unakuwa enticed. Sasa tutajoje kama unakuwa enticed saizi alafu uende vote two term na maybe ifike hiyo time tena vitu zibadilike?
Mimi sasa tungali 2025 tunamaliza. By the time 2027 niko hiyo ni a lot almost a year na siku na miezi huko mbele. So hiyo time ni enough ya ku make change. Hiyo time ndio itafanya Mkenya, unajua you are a man, you are a human being on your own senses. You can see mimi sahi, by the way, penye generation ya sahi iko, si lazima uambiwe. Si mimi sitakuja nikwambia amka enda pigia mtu fulani kura, amka enda fanye kitu fulani. Mwenyewe unaona this is the right thing, this is the wrong thing, na unaamua. That's why Gen Z tunakuanga hapo, na bado sisi Gen Z wale wenye walikuwa wanasema one term, bado sasa wanasema two term according to kitu wanaona. Vitu zikienda hivi bado tunarudi pale one term. Yeah.
Baba, vitu zimechange ndio tuchange narrative tuseme sasa ni two term na si one term.
Pardon?
Vitu zimechange. Wewe unaona vitu ni kazi zimechange ndio tuseme saizi tunaweza sema two term na tusiseme one term.
Yeah, vitu na at least vitu zina change, like hata economy kiangalia sasa hivi tu, like actually hapo nyuma vitu zimekuwa so high, like tuseme chukule tu example ya kitu kama tuseme sukari, like hapo nyuma ilikuwa okay like cost of living ilikuwa high compared na sasa hii. So sasa hii tuseme like okay, tuseme wale wa one term bro, life ya sasa ni wewe uamke ndo sake sawa. Hautakaa kwa nyumba atikuje alafu unasema one term bro. Toko ndo sake kosa bro useme two term ama one term. But mimi side yangu mimi siwezi kuambia bro ati two term ama one term. Yeah.
Wewe yako ni siri.
Yangu ni siri yangu bro.
Wewe ndio unajua tunaenda
mimi ndo najua kile nitapiga.
Wewe sawa. Okay, so wacha niulize swali lingine. Hapa sasa in regards to now, because tunashout hapa either ni one term ama ni two term, hatuko sure kama tutavote ama hatutavote. Tutavote.
Kuvote nayo lazima tutavote. Sisi kwanza sisi majenzi. By the way, ukitembea unasikia tu majenzi, ukikaa tu kidogo unasikia si majenzi wanasema imefika mahali sisi wenyewe tujitume, imefika mahali sisi wenyewe tujitume. Sasa hii which means pia hao wamekaa chini wakaona ile mchezo tulikuwa tunafanya huko nyuma ndio inaturudisha nyuma, acha tuamke tupeleke nchi mbele.
Shida ni IBC inafanya registration ya watu waende wapige kura. Unasikia? Vijana walikuwa wanatagetiwa 6 million. Sasa hizi tuko under 200,000 wenye already wameshakuwa registered. Na tukienda streets tuko nasema by the way tunafaa tuchukue kura, tuende tufanye nini? To change gava in the next election. But sasa hata kwenda kuchukua hii kura yenyewe bado watu wajionyeshe kama wanaitaka. Wewe uko na kura kwanza?
Mimi niko na kura bana. Aje nikose aje kura bana. Siku zote. Mapema sana nitakuwa kwa ballot nimepiga kura yangu siri yangu, lakini mimi niko na kura na naimiza wale wasenye wenye wajashika kura bado tutoke. It's high time sisi youth sisi ndo tutachange. Actually tusishinda tukisema kwa story kama ni story za jaba.
Okay, ni sawa sawa. Okay, fiti. So tulikuwa tunadai watu walikuwa wanadai kama mlienda mkapiga sherehe mkajisahau, lakini inaonekana kama hamkujisahau.
Actually unajua hata ukipiga sherehe kuna ile akili kidogo inafaa ubakishe, si ati upige tu sherehe bora umepiga sherehe. Sherehe upigwa na akili. Usiende tu kupiga sherehe bora umepiga. Hata ukipiga sherehe kumbuka kuna mahali nafaa ni kuwe nafaa kitu fulani. Usipige tu sherehe ati juu umepata hiyo opportunity ya kupiga hiyo sherehe wakati, so atutumie tu hiyo opportunity vibaya. Kumbuka pia time nyingine kidogo iko. Okay. Yeah.
So tukumbuke that tuko na future tunafaa tukue tuna protect. Tuko na gava tunafaa tukue tuna change leaders, si gava la leaders kitu kama hiyo. Ama uko na kitu unataka kusema?
Niko sawa.
Okay, fiti. So hizi sauti za vijana hapa on the streets of Nairobi, of course, wakitupea their views in regards to the state of the nation and the state of affairs in the country, issues to do with elections, and whether that particular agenda ni walikuwa nayo from 2024 all the way to 2025 bado ina stand ama vitu zimechange. Back to you Kagina.
Well, all right, that right there ni Brian Amwai na a perfect blend ya stories kwa ground na stories za jaba. We're headed for this short commercial break, but tutarudi briefly, usiende mbali.
In an age of fleeting headlines, depth matters. PeopleDaily.digital carries forward a legacy of genuine journalism. We bring in not just the news, but the context, the analysis, and the stories that shape our nation. for reporting that digs deeper and informs better.
Jamii piwa moya pishori rice niguo mucere uria wihotanire na waruo urekanagia kamwe naguo mutarariko ni mwega muno.
Oh yes, no akeiguira na riu ndeto yagereire haha. Thogora wa Jamii pishori rice ni uguthetwo ithano wa Naivas supermarket ciothe haria bagiti ya kilo imwe urenderio 250 handu ha 300, 2 kg ukenderio 490 handu ha 590, muhuko wa 5 kg ukenderio 999 ukahonokia 450. Igira Naivas yo hakuhe nawe kana ungienda kwendia Jamii pishori rice na wholesale uhure 0700 081 115. Jamii Pure Moya Pishori Rice, where quality begins.
Ladies and gentlemen, Waziri Super Cup is back as Waziri 1X Cup. And it's not just football, rugby and basketball too. Football qualifiers, Kitale done, Webuye done, Kakamega done, and Eldoret's done. Round of 16, quarters, semis. Here we come from the 16th to the 27th of December. Sasa ni tiki taka. Who will be crowned winner? See you there. Burdan Kamili, Burdan Santima. Brought to you by the sponsors and partners. Powered by MediaMax.
Don't you just love a fun gathering? Hi, Ruth. Hi, Sarah. The chance to reconnect with your people, your passions, and the stories that bring joy to your home. From epic sports to the hottest local series and the best kids entertainment, DSTV makes wherever you are the best plan for the holidays.
This festive season, get your DSTV decoder for only 850 Kenya shillings today.
Jamii Pure Moya Pishori Rice niguo mucere uria wihotanire na waruo urekanagia kamwe naguo mutarariko ni mwega muno.
Oh yes, no akeiguira na riu ndeto yagereire haha. Thogora wa Jamii pishori rice ni uguthetwo ithano wa Naivas supermarket ciothe haria bagiti ya kilo imwe urenderio 250 handu ha 300, 2 kg ukenderio 490 handu ha 590, muhuko wa 5 kg ukenderio 999 ukahonokia 450. Igira Naivas yo hakuhe nawe kana ungienda kwendia Jamii pishori rice na wholesale uhure 0700 081 115. Jamii Pure Moya Pishori Rice, where quality begins.
Why wait for fun? K24.digital brings you 24/7 entertainment. From the pitch to the playlist, from celebrity gossip to the memes you love. We're not just news, we're your non-stop ticket to everything cool and trending. So get in the know. K24.digital. Follow the buzz 247.
Usife moyo, weka matumaini yako hai. Ipo siku maombi yako yatatimia. Ipo siku neema itashuka maishani mwako. Zidi kuweka matumaini yako hai. Kwegwatra skiza tune tumaini hihinya *811 *48# wegwatra skiza tune tumaini thimwene yakwa mothe *811 *48#.
Welcome back. Hapa ni Gen Z Manifesto, mahali unaongea ikutoke. Na leo tunauliza, is the country headed in the right direction? In the conversation tumekuwa tukirun nayo since we started this discussion right here. And allow me to come back with Omare. Karibu sana K24 Gen Z Manifesto. Umesikia wengi ambavyo wanasema. Wengine wako upande ya 2 term, 1 term, wengine wanasema the country ikiendelea venye inaendelea iko in the right direction. Wewe unasimama wapi? Are we headed in the right direction?
Okay, thanks for giving me the opportunity. My name is Samuel Omare. I'm a parliamentary aspirant for Embakasi Central constituency. And my views is that the country is not heading in the right direction. And you can see even the young people do not have trust in the public institutions like IABC. That is why there is low voter turnout. You don't expect the young people to register to vote if they see what happened in the by-elections. There was some violence in Kasipul, there was voter bribery. The president has been seen with shady people, like the guy from Zimbabwe who is known to be involved in election malpractices. So that is some of the things that make the young people do not want to register in voting. And then the things that they were demanding during the protests last year and this year, the abductions are still going on. You can see a guy like Mulinge Muteti was arrested recently for posting on X. There was a young guy who died, I think it was called Jack. He died in a Kawangware police station, even after people cried about Albert Ojwang. So you see, the government is not listening to the people. The president is still involved in other countries, using Kenya as a conduit, like people are saying is involved in RSF, gold dealings, because you can see Kenya has been increased in gold exportation, yet we don't have new mines. In DRC is involved, Tanzania, Uganda. You see this, in the spirit of Pan-Africanism, they are doing the wrong thing. They are using the Pan-African spirit to keep pressing the people. The country, for example, has been known for money laundering. The Somalians are abroad, they are stealing their money, they are hiding it in Kenya. The officers of the government are giving IDs anyhowly. The DCI recently arrested over 20 guys who are involved in giving out IDs to non-Kenyans. The evictions are ongoing. Without proper compensation. Even in Kakamega, those people, there is gold there, but the people there are being shortchanged. You see, even it's a big shame. Even the officers are involved in selling of drugs. You see, even in the coast the other day, there was officers who are involved in selling of drugs. They are selling government institutions in the name of privatization and public-private partnerships kama KPC. Unaona those are not good things for our country. Masai Mara, mpaka even the World Beast, they're going there to build hotels. It's a big shame to our country, you see. Even I've heard those guys in the street saying that Sakaja is helping with their works, what. But even in Kayole, we have a big problem with the social hall. We only have one social hall for over 1 million residents. We've been trying to follow up the case to be returned because the young people are very much involved in talent activities and they need spaces like social halls where they can gather and they share their ideas. So according to me, I think it's not heading in the right directions. And I'm urging the young people to avoid being given handouts so that they can support the wrong candidates. They avoid joining these tribal parties, these tribal outfits, They keep on being progressive. Unajua, support the young candidates. Don't ask the young candidates for money. They don't have money. Use the social media to market them. Also go to the ground. Don't think that elections are only done on the social media. You see, and even the young people when they are trying to do civic education, wasikuwe na hard languages, lugha ngumu zenye people from the ground they cannot understand.
Wanaongea na lugha watu wanasikia.
Wanajelate from the masses.
Kuna point umetaja muhimu sana where as your last point ningependa kusikia. Umesema IBC mayouth our register venye inatakikana. And it's true, compared to a target of 6 million, having less than 200,000 youths is worrying. Sasa wewe kama aspirant, are you banking on the youth vote? Na ukiona hivi inakupea wasiwasi?
Unajua, the young people wako na many ways of removing the government. Don't think that even the ballot is the only way that the people can remove the government. We have many other ways which we can try. That is why they don't even trust in the ballot, because they've seen the ballot is like a joke, you see. So you cannot expect people to trust in the elections when the president is seen with a guy who has been involved in multiple election malpractices across Africa.
Coming back to you, kama aspirant, you are vying. There is only one way to be an MP in this country as at now, which is kupitia debe. Wewe unaona, is there hope from how the Gen Zs are registering ama the youth?
Of course, I see there is a lot of hope because even more young people are coming out to stand up as candidates. So it's a good direction. But I'm not like banking alone on the youth because I'll be the MP for everybody. I'm banking on reaching all the demographics. So the youth are included because they have the majority of the votes, but I'm banking on all the demographics.
All right, my director reminds me pia unaweza kuwa nominated MP. Thank you, director.
Lakini ukivaya as a candidate, I think you will not have the privilege to be nominated. You either choose to vie or
otherwise.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. And wacha tusikie from Waziri right here. Do you think that the country is headed indeed in the right direction? Mali uko wewe unaona kama tuko sawa?
Thank you so much. My name is Steve Giro Alazes, Mr. Waziri. And personally, when you ask me about the question, if the country is headed to the right direction, I will say no. The reason being, 2024 we went to the street and tulikuwa tuna advocate for 4 things, ama tulikuwa nataka mambo maine. And personally, of which hatukuweza kusucceed kupata. And what hurts me most is when I see mavijana pale kwa street bado wanaendelea kusema zui mambo ya tutam. Okay, hiyo ni opinion yao. Personally, I would rather say this: we as young people of this country, we are tired of this slogan of William Samuel Ruto and the sycophants kutufanyisha vitu zinaitwa PR and vipindi. That is it. Kwa sababu if I look at what the president said, because our comrades waliuawa kwa street and he promised ata compensate au mavijana wenye waliuawa kwa street. Did he do that? Did he do that? He never. Alisema ameleta zui the board, zui nini ya kushughulikia the families that lost their loved ones, but at the end of the day ikakuwa ni vipindi tu. So personally, this country kitu inakuaga na au viongozi wetu ni PR stunt peke yake. Secondly, I'll want to tell you this. The government chenye natakanga ni kitu moja. Our government inatakanga zile vitu tu za kuleta influence. Like the other day you've seen someone is saying about the lady who worked a tree for 72 hours. So do you expect each and every one of us to do the same? You know, so when we talk about mambo economy of this country, so many young people pale mtaani that are wasting their time almost 24 hours, that these betting shops mavijana wana spend like even their last coin gambling juu economy ni mbaya. And the president completely has failed. You know, you cannot tell us that ameweka mambo ya affordable housing. Hizo nyumba za ameleta zui mkuru kwa jenga. I was seeing yesterday zui ni leo amepewa watu wangapi nyumba. What about us, you know? What about the larger number of people wenye tuko huku nje? The people wenye payslips zao zinakatwa, you know? That shows if even today elections were done or carried today. I'll go back to where I come from, West Mogrango. Juzi tumekuwa na by election, and let me tell you, UDA was dishing out money. And let me tell the UDA was giving out money. Wale mavijana nyoko pale mtani ushagonyo walikuwa na vie with that party. Okay, where I come from is Nyamaya ward in West Mogrango constituency. So many people were given money, but in the ballot, UDA scored walipata, hakuna kitu walipata. So coming to 2027, William Samuel Ruto akona kazi. And those people were saying that mavijana tunakura, tunajipanga pole pole.
Game plan ni
2027, and it wanna be a battlefield. And that's why we are having a movement called the United New Generation Alliance. We want to bring each and everyone on board. Yes, sir.
All right. Pass the microphone to Victor right there. Victor, I understand wewe ni poet.
Yeah.
Sasa I'm curious. Vijana tumepiga sherehe tukasahau agenda.
Hatujasahau.
Aha.
Yeah. So about sherehe, this is a festive season, and festive season is actually very good, exciting, but dangerous if you're not smart, you know. So in as much as tunapiga sherehe, let us remember to be safe in whatever that we are doing. Now coming to the government heading in the right direction, if at all the right direction means wrong, then the government have it.
And speaking it from my point of view, that the government has really lost track of its motive, you know. Like personally for me, anything that concerns the government, like the help, the Nyota Fund, Nyota Walizima, you know, we went there, we were very many actually to Kaenda hapo that day. The application was actually very successful. Then we were told to attend some sub-county hall. Then we went there and the rule changed, you know. And it was about if you have never completed Form 4, you should not be in campus for you to access the fund. And that was it. For help, manze mi sijaipata help, you know. The fees, the scholarship have never been paid. Actually, I'm feeling mercy for my mom, wherever she is, because she'll have to pay a lot of money coming whenever we resume the semester. So for me, the government, manze, up your game, manze.
I want to feel there's room to up your game.
Hakuna room, because now, at this point, I feel like we are the Moses, you know. We are told we'll see the Singapore, or rather the promised land, but I don't think we'll see it. But as you can see where I'm seated right now, niko nyuma, so I'm watching. I'll be happy to see us in Singapore very soon. Yeah.
All right. And Vincent, it would be interesting to start
Victor.
the conversation. No, now moving to Vincent.
Okay.
It would be interesting to hear the conversation from where we started it off. The question of whether the country is headed in the right direction or not. But now, to you, I'd be curious. We've had the politics in this country, most recently by-elections. In the by-elections, we've had goons, and seriously, a huge percentage of these goons who were involved not only in violence, but also in some forms of crime, were majorly youth. So even as we continue pushing for these political agendas for this country, is there space for us to be good people away from crime and goonism?
Evening.
It's fine.
Okay. Evening, everyone. My name is Gashomi Mwangi, and I'm a lawyer. And to start us off, I would say the country is most definitely not headed in a good direction, because the things that people are basically earlier on agitating for example, the question of unemployment. The answer would be the youth have not been fully involved in government decision making, and that question delves into the issue of, are the youth involved in the rooms where the policies are being made, policy-centric decisions? Now we also delved into the question of corruption, and I also understand my learning friend there noted that it is not an issue of wholly the executive body of the government. So the other question is, these organs that have been tasked with the issue of dealing with corruption, for example, the EACC, we have the ODPP, what are they doing? We need to make sure that we blame, we also make sure we blame the organs that have been tasked to carry out these roles. The other issue, and the very last one, is we might be telling the youth not to engage in goonism and all these other social inequities. But the other question is the economic environment favorable for them to open businesses? It is not. For example, yesterday we had an issue of NSSF and the deductions up to 6,000. That is an added burden to the working Kenyan. And when we agitate for these things, it is not only for the white-collar jobs, but also for the blue-collar jobs, because each and everyone is contributing to the national cake at some point. Have I forgotten anything?
Right. Well put, Wakili. And you've mentioned a number of things, including, reduced opportunities for employment. And the TIFA report agrees with you, because at least 44% of those respondents in their report say that they are unemployed, compared to a 48% which is employed or self-employed. So it is reflective of that. But now, looking at the bigger picture of this conversation now, Joy, now coming to you, we've talked about how employment and these issues are being stressful to the youth. Some of the youths in here believe that the country is not headed in the right direction. And that means that puts the Gen Zs, or rather the youth of this country, at quite a unique place, matters mental health and wellness. So I'll come to you. Is the country, in terms of the wellness of this youth in this country, are we headed in the right direction? And probably, what are some of the things that you'd say you observe from where you sit at Mental Health Foundation?
Good evening. My name is Joy Mutongi. I represent Mental Heroes Foundation. Our organization deals with creating awareness, building resilience, and equipping people with skills. To answer your question, first of all, young people are not okay. However, we care. That's the reason we are here. And that is what we need to know. We care about our country, we care about our nation. That is where we need to start from. From there, then what? In my opinion, would be engagement, as some of us have mentioned. Engaging young people, particularly now we mention our names, Gen Zs. Let me just say young people. We need to create spaces, or the government or institutions need to create spaces for young people to be able to come and express themselves without being discriminated, without feeling shy or shying away from being able to speak out. And that is what our organization advocates for, and that is what me as an individual advocates for. So I don't agree that we are doing quite okay as young people, as a country, because we are not involved in some of these decisions. We are not involved in some of these change-making factors that need to be considered when we approach certain factors. So in my opinion, I think we as a country, or we as young people, need to be involved so that whenever we raise our voice, whenever we raise our concerns, we need to be heard. When we feel heard, we feel secure, we feel confident, we feel that we want to trust the people who are in authority to be able to take us to the right direction. So,
all right, so unasema mnataka mkuwe involved. All right, yeah. This is interesting. And now, I can see time is now getting much spent, so I'd love to give everyone a parting shot and opportunity for closing remarks. So you'll have less than a minute to do this, so that at least everyone gets an opportunity. I'll start with you, Joy, then we'll go to Vincent, and we'll continue passing the microphone.
Once again, I'd like to commend young people. We care, and that is what impresses me a lot. And we need to understand that we get tired. We get disappointed with how our leaders behave. We get anxious not knowing what would happen when we go to the streets, that is. I'd like to encourage the people in authority to be able to consider such factors, to consider that the people who are going to lead the nation in the future are watching you, and they expect a certain way of leadership. They expect a certain way of consideration in terms of mental health matters. I think we should include mental health awareness in these social halls. We need to partner with the county governments in terms of how will people cope with, young people mostly, how will they cope with some of the challenges that we might go through. So that is it for me tonight.
All right, thank you very much, Joy. Vincent?
Thank you. Mine is to say that the government should first of all work on those issues that we have continued and continually mentioned, issues of corruption, issues of unemployment, making a good investor and environment for the SMEs. And as a lawyer, I will not forget to tell you that as we head into the festive season, make sure that you understand the law and you understand that indulgence of any single drug, the effects. Because most of the time you will find the use of drugs impairs your judgment, and your impaired judgment has lifelong consequences with regards to the law. And for example, when we come to the issues of road accidents, the issue of cases of assault, cases of sexual offenses, for example, rape because people are drunk. So I would urge the youth to study the law, understand the consequences, because the law is not forgiving as we might think.
Sema wapige sherehe na mpango.
Exactly.
All right. Yes, Waziri.
Okay, for me, I would really love to say this as my parting shot. Mavijana tujitambue, mavijana tuinuke, let us rise and let us know what we want. He who was the youths has the future, and the future of this country belongs to us, and that future is now.
The future is now.
The future is now. Mavijana tuamuke. Viva, vijana viva.
All right, Moses.
Yes, very fast. Let me first of all introduce myself brief. I'm Moses Ayecho of Mbagathi Road Digital School. I am a consultant for business and I'm a data analyst. Young people, amuka muangaze. There's opportunity in the digital space. Instead of whining and complaining, wake up, find something to do, get your hands dirty because no one is coming to save you. It is high time we put our leaders accountable in order to achieve that Singapore dream. Go read a book by Lee Kuan Yew, From the Third World to First World. Thank you very much. Good night. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Thank you, Moses. Victor.
Yes. Oh, my name is Victor. You can call me Pipette. I'm a filmmaker, actor, and also an editor. So my will be very simple and clear. Two wrongs do not make a right. We cannot choose the wrong government again just because maybe we want to punish somewhere, someone somewhere.
All right.
You know, yeah. I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
All right. Thank you very much. Let's come to Maurice.
Okay, thank you very much again. I'm Maurice Wambua. I'm an MCA aspirant back in Kitengela Ward, Kajiado East constituency, Kajiado County. I'm also a youth leader, and I'm also the deputy SG in United New Generation Alliance. And coming back to my parting shot, I'd like to say that the country will not head into the right direction as long as we have people like Eliud Lagat still working, as long as we have people like our president still on the bench or still working. And we've seen so many injustices happening in this country, people dying in police custody, people being abducted, young people being shot dead on the streets while they are trying to advocate for what we call good governance, accountability, trying to hold these perpetrators into books, we've been in the corridors of justice. The case of Alberto Ojwang inataka kutupiliwa nje. So many cases are still there and we can't sit down and watch and tukae hapa tunasema two-term. We are trying to reach out even to the UN or intervene. If things go astray, and I'm telling you, 2026, tukue ready, tukue ngangari. Hii Christmas tuwape time. The revolution is now. We are broke, but all is not broken. We shall stand, fight for what rightfully belongs to us. If we die on the streets, so be it, rather than we stay and see so many things happening in this country.
All right.
Viva comrades, viva,
All
and
right.
justice to all those people who lost their lives since 2024 finance bill. Justice for Alberto Ojwang, justice for the rest of us, and together we shall bring this Kenya into order without any bigwig, without anyone in this political space.
Thank you, Maurice. Omari?
Okay, I'd like to tell the young people Kenya is known as a country for long distance running. So it's an ultra marathon, it's not a dash. I tell you to keep registering as voters. Even though we don't trust their system, we can beat them at their own game so that we can remove these counties that spend zero on development. Like here in Nairobi, they have transferred public funds to CDN Bank, a private institution, which makes no sense. So we want to kick out this kind of leadership. We don't want a Singapore. We want We are Africans. We want to live like Africans in dignity. We want the dream of Kimathi, the dream of Sankara to be fulfilled, you know. So we are saying this shenanigans of infrastructure funds, which will be looted, and this launching of highways which are not being constructed or which will be told. We are not into that kind of jokes. We want a serious country, a serious government. Thank you.
All right, asante sana Omare. And now coming to the panel that we started off this conversation with, starting with Boniface right here. You have a minute to give us your closing remark.
My closing remarks is that vijana tutoke, tuchukue kura, kitu ya kwanza. Number 2, leadership, it is the manifestation of purpose, fulfillment of your purpose, not manipulation of people. Let us not go for manipulators. Let us elect leaders. Come 2027, tutoke, because your vote is your power. Your vote counts. It is your vote that will change the state of this country. Thank you so much.
All right. Yes, Joseph.
Thank you very much once again. On wrapping up, I'd like to go through and comment very fast on what the other panelists have talked about.
You have a minute.
Somebody has talked about Vipindi. Vipindi may be like frauds. Somebody has talked about the development programs that William Ruto is implementing across the country are Vipindi. He's building Mau Summit Road, Kipindi. He's extending whatever he talked about the other day, that he wants to have an expressway to Thika. Is that a Kipindi? Rolling up to another one, somebody talked about PPP, public-private partnership. Uhuru Kenyatta, the former president, through the PPP program, he went up to building, to constructing the highway to Mombasa. That is a product of PPP. Allow William Ruto to do his work. If the Gen Z wanted to, their revolution was very organic. But now, if they wanted to take, they want now to take William Ruto out, why can't they now come out and register as voters?
All right. So right here we have Joseph daring you. If you think it is one term, then register as a voter. Only then will your voice count in bringing change. Thank you so much for joining this conversation initially, where we were discussing if the country is headed in the right direction. Asante sana kwa already to my feedback through our WhatsApp number. We had those of you who reached out through our social media platforms. Thank you so much. I have been your host, David Kagina, and thank you for making this conversation very beautiful. Have yourself a good evening, and I think this is the right time, as everyone else has done, to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Meme TV, Muthegi wa Rũrĩrĩ. Love carried them through time. And betrayal tearing their lives apart. Turning what's sweet to sour.
Nimekuja kudai haki yangu.
Lazizi Season 1, Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. on Maisha Magic Plus, DSTV channel 163 and GoTV channel 3.
Why wait for fun? K24.digital brings you 24/7 entertainment. From the pitch to the playlist, from celebrity gossip to the memes you love. We're not just news, we're your non-stop ticket to everything cool and trending. So get in the know. K24.digital. Follow the buzz 247.
Naeza kuwa sina godfather, sina any support system. Lakini kwa uwezo wake Mwenyezi Mungu, in one way or the other, one day one time, mambo yangu itakuja kuwa sawa. One day, one time.
Kwegwathira skize tune one day one time. Hihinya star 811 star 227 hasha. Wegwathira skize tune one day one time. Thimo-ine yaku omothi star 811 star 227 hash.